morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 134, and please subscribe. These lessons that we are in right now, this section of lessons, are all big lessons. I mentioned that the other day. I said it's a big lesson, so the video was longer. This whole section of lessons that we are in right now are all big lessons. Today's lesson happens to be a lesson of answering a lot of questions and letting us know the truth about certain things. And today we are learning the truth about forgiveness, because today's lesson is let me perceive forgiveness as it is. If we are practicing these lessons with commitment, even if we're not practicing them as much as the lesson is asking us to, but if we are practicing them with true commitment, we are all going to experience a shift in our experience and in our thought processes. It's going to be best if we can actually dedicate the time that we are being asked for these lessons to use the practicing. But these lessons are huge, and they will give us a big, big shift in our awarenesses. So let me perceive forgiveness as it is. In this world, in this illusory world that we are hanging out in, forgiveness makes no sense. True forgiveness makes no sense at all. Because in this world, we believe that the sin is real. And if the sin is real, to forgive it makes no sense. If I've experienced a huge transgression from someone and I am now holding a grievance because of what they did, then to forgive them for what they did makes no sense at all. What makes sense is for me to hold on to my anger and my desire of retribution. That's what makes sense in this world. But we are not really of this world, okay? We might be in it, but we're not of it. And so we need to realize that genuine forgiveness is the only thing that makes sense. This lesson has a theme in it, and basically is saying to us, if sin is real, then we understand why you can't and don't want to forgive. But this lesson is really telling us that sin is an unreality, and the only thing that does make sense is forgiveness. It says it is sin's unreality that makes forgiveness natural and wholly sane, a deep relief to those who offer it, a quiet blessing where it is received. Forgiveness looks on illusions and say, that's what isn't real. Forgiveness is real, the sin is the illusion. Now, we have had this idea of this question, if sin is real, already came to us in lesson 101, which was God's will for me is perfect happiness. Can I have perfect happiness if sin is real? Well, no, but that's God's will for me. So sin must not actually be real. This lesson also tells us that, forgiveness is the only thing that stands for truth in the illusions of this world. And when we believe that someone has done something, someone has sinned, okay, forgiveness doesn't hold on to it. It looks and says, my brother, what you think is not the truth. Because if I think I have sinned, then I am putting myself in a place of guilt. So forgiveness is the gift I give to myself to lift the guilt that I am feeling about what I did to you, and none of that is real. This lesson is really quite amazing. And it says the strength of pardon is its honesty. And it tells us that if one brother has received this gift of you, the gift of forgiveness, this door for us to go through, for us to come back home is completely open. And this lesson uses that metaphor that is often repeated of the door. But it is the power of this sonship that indeed we are all one. And then in paragraph 9, this is brilliant. There is a very simple way to find the door to true forgiveness and perceive it open wide and welcome. And whenever we feel that someone has done something and we are attempting to accuse them of it, okay, stop and ask ourselves, would I accuse myself of doing this? And of course the answer is going to be no, because we look at what our brother did differently if we had done it. Forgiveness must be practiced. Forgiveness is what stands, as it said, between illusions and the truth, and between this world and in heaven, where we want to go. We want to go beyond this world. We want to go across that bridge, also a frequent metaphor throughout the course. Okay, we are gently wakened from this dream by understanding that what I saw was truly never there. The paragraph 13 I'm going to read because it is that powerful. Forgiveness must be practiced, for the world cannot perceive its meaning nor provide a guide to teach you its beneficence. There is no thought in all the world that leads to any understanding of the laws it follows, the laws forgiveness follows, nor the thought, capital T, thought, the thought that it reflects the thought of God. It is alien to the world, as is your own reality, and yet it joins your mind with the reality in you. Forgiveness is that bridge for us that joins our real mind, our holy mind, with our true reality, that we may cross away from this egoic small self, insignificant self that we have made. The practicing is 15 minutes twice a day. This practicing is, again, one that we've had before, where we pick a brother, where we pick a sister, someone that we believe has sinned against us. They have many transgressions. And let each one cross your mind. And don't dwell on any of them, but don't overlook anyone either. Anything that is within your mind that you are holding as a judgment, a grievance against this person. And at the end, say, would I condemn myself for doing this? This lesson levels that playing field that we indeed are one. If I would not condemn myself, why would I condemn my brother for doing the exact same thing? And when we realize that, we free our brother and ourself. We are freed by our thoughts of loving and true forgiveness, so that all of the imaginary transgressions, the imaginary sins are gone, because we have now placed the idea of forgiveness upon them as that balm, because again, forgiveness and salvation are the same, and we are healing our mind, we are healing the world, we are healing our brother, we are healing every errant thought, every mistaken thought that we have ever had, when we see forgiveness as it truly is, when I perceive forgiveness as it truly is. And that's it. Again, forgiveness should be practiced all through the day. We know that. These lessons are deep, they're big, the videos are longer. I hope you watch to the end. And please like, please share, please subscribe. These are lessons that will change our mind and therefore change the world. So we are one. My divine self salutes your divine self. Namaste.